I'm Bart Lorang, founder of a company called FullContact, also founder of a venture fund called V1VC. And today I'm going to talk about building and nurturing your A team for global business. That was the title I was given. So I'm going to fit something I usually talk about, which is emotional transparency, in this talk today. But first, I'm going to give you a little sense of me. So this is me. This is my wife, Sarah. This is our dog, Parker. And you get a little sense of my wife in this photo, because this is Parker's 8th birthday celebration. And if you can see the background, it's actually like an Academy Award affair. It's a red carpet. There was a photographer. All the dogs came in for this party. And Parker was dressed up like Hugh Hefner, the founder of Playboy magazine. And my wife loves to throw parties like this. She's very emotionally connected to people. She loves to create events. She loves to be awesome with people. Now, recently, we actually had a child together. His name is Grayson Lorang, aka G-Lo. I'll give you a hint of which one is him. It's the one on the left, I'm the one on the right. So it's actually funny just to see, your child born and says, oh my goodness, he looks exactly like his old man. So, and briefly about me, I've been a lifelong entrepreneur. I founded FullContact about 6 years ago. Prior to that, I had a company called DTS. Prior to that, I had a company called PC Consultants. I am basically unemployable. I just have had entrepreneurship baked into my body since I was about 8 years old, and that's all I've ever known. If you want to know more about me, you can check my blog. You can actually Google the phrase 23-page site profile. You can read all about me, totally transparent on the internet. But first I would like to do something with everybody, and that's the notion of a personal check-in. This is something that I do every day with my team at FullContact as well as my team at V1VC. That's just the notion of a personal check-in. And that's a very simple construct. It's red, yellow, green. How am I doing? How am I feeling? Exactly. How's my body? How's my breathing? Right? I'm going to pause and we'll show you what that looks like for me. So I would say right now I'm in a greenish yellow state. I had about a 40-hour travel, 2 days getting here. So a little bit tired from that. But actually pretty excited about the next couple days in terms of the people I'm going to meet, the experience I'm going to have. My inbox is about like 3 emails, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. And so I'm feeling pretty calm right now. Yesterday I was probably in a high orange-red state, just given the travel dynamics and jet lag and everything else. Okay? That's the notion of a personal check-in. And we do that at FullContact and V1VC every single day with one another. We share with one another how we're doing, how's our body, how's our breathing. Okay? So what I'd like you to do for me, so I'm going to take it one step further than Gary. I'd like everybody to actually stand up. Okay? I'd like you to stand up. Please stand up. Okay? I want you to perform this exercise. I want you guys to go find a complete stranger. Okay? Step one. I want you to conduct a personal check-in with one another, and I want you guys to swap contact information. 3 steps. You have 90 seconds to do it. Go now. Thank you. That was awesome. All right. So, in that moment, you learned some key tools. You learned some key tools for building your company, building your team. You just learned how to introduce yourself and get some of this contact information. Wow, imagine that. But actually, the reason we check in with each other, the reason we conduct personal check-ins is to be vulnerable, to be open, to be authentic with people. At FullContact, our mission in life is to help people fully connect and be awesome with people. To do that, we fundamentally believe, and I believe, that you have to be vulnerable. And so every day, we talk about how we're doing. We talk about where we're at. Is our mother-in-law in town? Did we have a fight with our spouse? Because we believe the whole person comes to work, not just the professional being. The whole person actually comes to work every day. So today I'm talking about building and nurturing a team. This is really important because there's really three jobs of a leader: vision, team, and resources. And so when we talk about team, your job as a leader, when you grow your organization, is build and manage a world-class team and make sure everybody understands their job. That's it. Sounds pretty simple, right? Well, how do I do that tactically? How do I do that? I'm going to share with you what's worked for me. And this is my experience, my data points at FullContact. And I break them down to the three things, centered around authenticity, originality, and empathy. So let's talk about those. The authentic piece. Be authentic in your beliefs. Gary talked about this, shared values. It's vital. It is so important to be authentic. It's really about your values. It's truly, at the end of the day, in a global community about what you believe in. Okay? I mean, Jim Collins, Good to Great, talks about this. Core values are the central enduring tenets of your organization. And you do not compromise them for anything. Your core values, if you do not define that within your organization, you are lost. Let me share with you a couple of core values of FullContact. We believe that FullContact is truly all about people. It being life, it being the organization, it being everything is all about other people, period. We believe that being awesome with people actually matters. I told you the story about my wife, Sarah, and how she is just naturally awesome with people. That's what I love about her. We believe that actually matters in this life. And we believe that fully connecting with people leads to personal and professional success. The most successful people I know are not isolated and shielded in their persona. They're actually just human beings. They're vulnerable, they're open. These are some of the things we fundamentally believe in FullContact. It's why we build the products we do. It's why we personally check in with each other. These are our core beliefs. And so ask yourself, what type of company do you actually want to build? What type of leader do you actually want to be? And ultimately, build a team of people that believes what you believe. And so to do that, you have to know yourself. You have to be authentic about who you are and what you believe in. Otherwise, you have no chance of attracting anybody else to join your quest. The second piece I call originality. So don't be afraid to be original. And I'll share a story with you about how that's worked out for me. So we're all competing against each other for talent, trying to get people to join our quest, join our tribe. It's going to be difficult. Don't be afraid to be original. And so I'll show you a story about 6 years ago. Here's a photo. This photo, let me explain it to you for those of you that don't understand exactly what's going on. This is a picture of me, and this is a picture of my then fiancée, Sarah. But so that's me. There's my fiancée, okay? There's my phone. And there are the fucking pyramids. Okay? I knew when I saw this photo that I had a problem. I had a problem because I was connected to technology all the time. And I realized that we really need to go off the grid. We need to disconnect. Right? We need to get away from the devices. Gary talked about it earlier. We're always plugged in. We're always staring at our smartphones. It's not healthy. And fundamentally, we believe that it's really important to disconnect in order to fully connect. And now my wife and I play this game, often with other couples when we go on double dates, around stacking our phones in the center of the restaurant table, and whoever touches the stack of phones first has to pay the bill. It's actually a really awesome, fun exercise to see how long can people go without touching their phones. But we also realized at FullContact, I thought, hey, we'll do better if employees actually disconnect. We'll do better as a company if they go off the grid. They'll be healthier, they'll be happier. Now, I'm from the United States of America, and this is not a normal thing in the US. We have terrible vacation policies. We work ourselves to death. It's awful. I also felt strongly that everybody at FullContact should be able to take a nice vacation. right? I've noticed over the course of time that often when people go on vacation, they end up really stressed out about that vacation. They're worried because you're spending way more money than you normally would if you were living your normal life. You're spending $18, for example, on a margarita, or, oh my goodness, we're going off this expensive restaurant. And it's very, very stressful when you're actually on vacation. That's not how it's supposed to be. So then we sort of asked, okay, what's a nice vacation? Nice vacation for me might be going to, say, Tahiti and Bora Bora and hanging out on an island. That's my idea of a nice vacation. Some people, though, it's going to Las Vegas, hanging out for a basketball tournament. Other people, it might be hanging out at a show, like Bonnaroo, all right? Other folks, it might be hanging out in the wilderness. Other folks, it might be smoking weed, sitting on a couch for the entire week, right? Everybody has a different idea of what a vacation looks like. So we decided at FullContact to experiment. We decided to experiment with the traditional concept of a vacation policy. And what we did is we came up with a concept we call paid vacation. So what does that mean exactly? Paid vacation. Well, it means this. Every single employee receives $7,500 US to go on vacation before taxes. This is in addition to their actual salary during that period of time. Okay? We give that to every single employee. Now, there are some rules. The rules are, number one, you have to go on vacation, or you don't get the money. That's rule number one. Rule number two is you must disconnect. There's no trying. You actually have to disconnect from technology and go off the grid. You cannot use devices, you cannot use social networks, you cannot use smartphones, you cannot use laptops. Okay? And rule number three is you absolutely cannot work while on vacation. 3 simple rules. Okay? And I wrote this up in a blog post, posted it online at about 11 p.m. on a Saturday night, and then it went kind of viral. Sort of won the internet after that, I joked, for about a week. We were featured in about 200 different international news organizations, about 1,000 radio shows. We were featured pretty much everywhere. And this was 4 or 5 years ago. And, Gary mentioned Donald Trump had earned about $2 billion in earned media. This little blog post earned us about $8 million of earned media free advertising with just a simple stroke of the pen. It was something that deeply mattered to people because people really resonated with the fact that, oh my gosh, first of all, I love to have a boss that actually tells me to go on vacation and rewards me to do so. And people really resonated with the fact that, wow, I am addicted to my smartphone. Wow, my kids totally don't pay attention on vacation. And they're just hooked to that thing. They realize it's actually a problem. Now, but there were some side effects of FullContact for some of this original thinking. Some of the side effects were, here's an example of a note, I'm not going to read it to you, but a gentleman named Matt Cooper out of Texas offered to advertise FullContact using his red Chevy Silverado pickup. He also offered to wear hats and t-shirts advertising for us and paint his house red for us. Another gentleman named Leland Pike from Kentucky offered to wear FullContact t-shirts 7 days a week while creating balloon animals for children. And then my favorite was a gentleman out of Detroit named Casanova created a rap video for us called Counting Money and dedicated it to us. We had some interesting side effects come out of the WordWorks because of this program. But at the end of the day, we had 10 open positions at FullContact at that point in time. We received 10,000 applicants in a matter of 4 days for those 10 positions. Which was terrible because it actually means we had to reject 9,990 people. Very, very hard. But the point is that 4 years later, paid vacation is now a staple at FullContact, and we are widely known for this policy. And we have seen employees take vacations everywhere, all over the world. Over 250 paid vacations to date, in 50 different countries, and we've spent over $2 million on our employees' paid vacations. Right? And it's become part of the culture, it's part of our shared ethos. This notion that you actually have to disconnect from technology in order to fully connect with people. Right? So the point is, this is something that was perceived by my wife, frankly, as crazy, as a policy was crazy. I said, I just feel strongly that we should do this. And so don't be afraid to be original when trying to build your team. Okay? Okay. And then my last point is be empathetic. And at FullContact, we strongly believe in empathy as a force for good. Because my good friend and lead investor, Brad Feld, says, we're all just big bags of chemicals that come to work every day. Okay? So why do we check in with each other? And as an entrepreneur, on a good day, you can feel all these different emotions: joy, challenge, energized, passionate, hopeful, excited, energetic, just wow, you can take on the world. But on a bad day, you can feel anger, you can feel fear, you can feel depression, you can feel sadness, you can feel suicidal sometimes. Okay? And then a normal day for an entrepreneur is you feel the range of emotions on almost an hourly basis. Sometimes minute by minute, depending on what things are going on. So think about the emotions you feel on a day, on an average day, and realize that your team, when you think about your team, they're feeling the same things. It is a roller coaster ride. It is a roller coaster ride of emotion. And so at FullContact, we've got employees in 5 different countries now. And we know that we have different backgrounds and different heritages and different religions, different races. But at the end of the day, we've got shared values and we empathize with each other. We're all just members of the human race. And in order to pull this off as an entrepreneur, as a leader, you must know thyself first. Then you get to know others. And 99.9% of people out there that you interact with don't actually know themselves. Let that sink in. They don't know themselves. If you can get to know yourself first and understand what's going on with you, you'll have an advantage over every other entrepreneur out there. And then you can understand your team and empathize with your team. So again, it comes back to the job of the leader is to build and manage an awesome team. And doing so, ask yourself the question deeply. Spend some time on this. This is not a 30-second question. What kind of company do you actually want to build? And what kind of leader do you want to become? Thank you very much.